The scent of roses and champagne still lingered in the air as the final notes of the wedding song drifted into silence. I should have felt like the happiest man alive. I had just married the woman I believed was my soulmate, Sophia. But as the music faded, so too did the illusion I'd been clinging to. The ceremony had been perfect, or at least that's what everyone said. White linen fluttered in the summer breeze. Sunlight filtered through the trees like a divine spotlight, and laughter filled the spaces between toasts. But beneath the charm of the setting, a cruel undertone stirred, unnoticed by most except me. My father, Daniel, had raised me on his own. A gentle soul with weathered hands and a soft voice. He sacrificed everything to ensure I never lacked anything, especially love. He wasn't rich. He wasn't polished, but he was the kind of man you'd want beside you when life got hard. He showed up every day, every game, every heartbreak, every triumph. Sophia had met him only a few times before the wedding. Her family, on the other hand, met him for the first time at the rehearsal dinner. From the moment they saw him in his slightly ill-fitting suit and his careful manners, I saw it in their eyes, the judgment, the subtle sneers. I brushed it off. Love, after all, was supposed to be blind to such things. Or so I thought. It happened during the reception. My father stood up to say a few words. He was nervous, voice trembling slightly as he raised his glass. I could tell he practiced his speech. Every pause, every word. It wasn't grand, but it was real. He spoke about me, about how proud he was. And then he said something that made my throat tighten. I may not have done everything right, but I raised my son with all the love I had. The applause came, polite and scattered. But just as he returned to his seat, I heard it, a low chuckle. Then a voice, sharp and loud enough for nearby guests to hear. Sophia's uncle, Mark, leaned toward his sister, smirking. "That's not a father," he said, voice dripping with contempt. "That's a mistake in a dress." The words hit like a punch. I froze. Around me, guests either didn't hear or pretended they didn't. But then, worse than the insult itself, came the laughter. Sophia's laugh. High and clear and thoughtless. Like someone who didn't care. Like someone who didn't see the man I saw. I looked at her in disbelief, waiting for her to pull away from them, to correct them, to say something, anything. She didn't. She just smiled, eyes dancing with the kind of laughter that leaves bruises. It wasn't just that she didn't defend him. It was that she laughed with them. With them. I walked over to my father, his hands clasped tightly in his lap. His eyes met mine. He'd heard it too. Of course he had. And yet he smiled at me like he always did. Like he didn't want me to worry. "I'm fine," he whispered. "Don't make a scene." But there was already a scene just invisible to most. A quiet betrayal, sharp and humiliating, cloaked in party lights and clinking glasses. The rest of the night blurred into a haze. I went through the motions, cut the cake, danced with Sophia, smiled in photos, but I wasn't really there. I was sitting with that moment, stuck in it, feeling its jagged edges. Later that night, when we were alone, I asked her why she laughed. Her answer made everything worse. "Oh, come on," she said, waving her hand like swatting a fly. "It was just a joke. Don't be so sensitive. Your dad's sweet and all, but he did look kind of ridiculous." Ridiculous? The man who gave up half his life for me, who worked double shifts so I could go to college, who showed up to every parent-teacher meeting, every scrape knee, every goddamn thing, was ridiculous. In that moment, I saw Sophia for the first time. Really saw her. This woman, whom I thought I knew, didn't just fail to defend my father. She joined in his humiliation. And worse, she tried to justify it to me. There was no remorse, no apology, no trace of the woman I thought I was marrying. All that remained was the echo of her laughter and the slow, sinking realization that I had invited betrayal into my life and called it love. I slept on the couch that night. In the weeks that followed, something inside me shifted. I tried to forget it, to tell myself it was one bad moment. But it wasn't. It was a crack that revealed a whole fault line beneath us. Her family continued with their backhanded comments about my background, my father's strange ways, our lower-class charm. And Sophia? She did nothing. said nothing. Sometimes she even agreed. I started pulling away. I visited my father more often. Every time I saw him, I saw the way he still carried himself with quiet dignity, never asking for anything, still proud, still kind. And I hated myself for not standing up for him that night, for not walking out the moment I heard those words, for not tearing off the illusion fast enough. One afternoon, I sat across from him, unable to hold it in any more. I don't know if I made the right choice, I said quietly. He looked at me, eyes full of understanding. Sometimes, he said, love doesn't fail you. It just shows you who was never really in it with you. That night, I packed a bag. I told Sophia I was leaving. She stared at me like I'd lost my mind. Over that? She asked, incredulous. It was just a joke. No, I said calmly. It was the truth pretending to be a joke. And you showed me who you are. I moved back into my father's apartment for a while. I needed to be near something real, something human. People say betrayal is a knife in the back, but it's not. It's a smile on someone's face as they twist it. It's laughter at something that breaks your heart. It's silence when someone you love is being torn apart. In time, I found peace, not because the pain disappeared, but because I chose to protect the people who always protected me. My father never asked me to choose, but I did, and I chose him. Because sometimes walking away isn't weakness. Sometimes it's the bravest thing you can do. And love, real love, doesn't laugh when you bleed.